Hey, Billy here from YourFitnessMoneyCoach.com, and today I want to share with you the case against car payments for health and fitness professionals. I learned this the hard way. I'll just tell you right off the bat. For most people, I believe you're better off to stay away from leasing, and I'll tell you how I learned this, and hopefully you can learn from my mistake. I remember when I first got married, and it was like, you know, we had to get a car. We needed two cars as husband and wife. We needed a reliable car, and we went out and we leased a car, and it wasn't a luxury car, but it was a car that we really couldn't afford. The payments with everything included was like $354 a month or more, and we tried to make those payments, and at some point we got behind. Life got in the way, or life happened, and long story short, the car got repossessed, and it was such a wake-up call for us. The car got repossessed. I had to pay extra money to get it and get it back, and then at one point we were over the mileage, and we had to pay for over a year on that lease, and we couldn't drive it because it was over mileage. So it was then and there that I knew I would never lease again. And maybe you're smarter than me and you're okay staying in your mileage and you have the money. I'm still going to argue that it's better not to lease. I'm going to recommend that you buy a car and you pay cash for it. Sounds crazy, right? Not having a car payment. But let me tell you an interesting fact. That is, when we talk about high income earners, not exactly sure what that means, right? But we know that only about 2% of the American population earns more than $250,000 per household. So let's call that the cutoff. And we also know that 39%, only 39% of those high income earners drive luxury cars like Range Rover, Lexus, Mercedes, what have you. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with driving those cars, especially if you're a high income earner, but the reality is that the majority, so that 61%, are driving Hondas and Toyotas, and guess what? They're used, and guess what else? They paid cash. So the millionaire next door is more likely the guy driving the used Toyota than the guy driving the Range Rover. It doesn't mean that the guy driving the Range Rover is not a millionaire, but the chances are that he's not compared to the other. That's what the statistics and the facts show us. You can do it. Instead of paying that $200, $300, $400 towards your lease or your car payment, just save it in a new car account. Delay that gratification. If you could pay that, save that same $400 or $500 a month, you're going to end up with $5-6 grand a year. You do that for a few years and you walk out of there with no car payments, and you can gradually work your way up. You don't need to buy the best car in your 20s. Save that for when you're in your 40s and you deserve it. You don't necessarily need to be driving the car your parents drive when you're only in your 20s. So take your time, give it a long view perspective. You'll be better for it, and you will not have to worry about a stupid car payment each month. There you have it, the case against car payments for health and fitness professionals. I encourage you to like this, thumbs up, share comments, share it with your friends, and if you haven't downloaded the free fitness finance assessment, you can check that out in the description. The link is in the description, and then you can kind of see where you're at with your financial fitness.